Hey, Travis. Have you seen the group text Cathy sent out to the family?
Hey, Linda. Yeah, I saw it. I can't believe it. Our little Cathy is getting married. Seemed like just yesterday she graduated high school. Her fiancé is coming this Saturday, right? Can't wait to meet him.
She's 25, Travis. 7 years isn't exactly yesterday.
Yeah. Well, it feels like yesterday. It's just crazy to think that when we first got married, she was only 5 years old. She's been a part of my life for so long that I honestly feel like she's my real daughter, not just my stepdaughter.
I guess I can understand why you'd feel that way, but just remember one thing. It's only a feeling. You can enjoy the feeling while it lasts, but it'll never be more than that.
Huh?
You might have been acting as a stand-in for her father for 20 years, but that's all you'll ever be. You're not her real father.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm aware of that, but geez, do you have to be so harsh to me like that?
Do you think I'd be talking to you like this without a reason?
Linda, what's going on? What are you trying to say?
If I have to spell it out for you, I'm saying that your time is up, Travis. I've been talking to Cathy's father, Nate, and we've decided to get back together.
What?
Back when we divorced, Nate was working at a super high-stress company. The stress got to him, and he had a mental breakdown that cost him his job. I figured there would be no way he could support Cathy and me until he worked his issues out, so I asked him to divorce me, and he agreed. But now it's been 20 years since then. We met up again about 6 months ago, and he was like a brand new man. He's a high-powered executive now. He runs his own company. Cathy knows you're not her real father, and since she's out on her own now, I figured it was about time her real father stepped back into the role officially.
Linda, what are you saying?
You really still don't get it? I want Cathy's real father to walk her down the aisle at the wedding as my husband. It's time, Travis. We're getting divorced. I think that should make it crystal clear, right? I want to get it done as soon as possible, before her fiancé comes over on Saturday. If her fiancé meets you, it'll just make things more complicated. Since I'll be married to Nate by the wedding, that means the groom and his family will start asking questions like, wait, so which one is her father? Or something. That's an awkward conversation I would really prefer to avoid.
You seem like you've worked this all out for yourself in your head. Have you thought to ask Cathy what she thinks?
She's my daughter, Travis. I don't need to hear it from her mouth to know what she's thinking.
I see. Fine then. We'll get divorced. On one condition. First, you have to talk to Cathy directly, in person, and see how she feels about everything.
I told you I don't need to ask her. Of course she's going to choose her real father. God, were you always this much of a whiny loser? I'm starting to wish I had made this move sooner. Just do everyone a favor and never talk to Cathy again, okay?
I've made up my mind. I'm talking to Cathy first before making any decisions.
No one likes a pathetic, clingy old man, Travis.
I've still got work to do today, so I'll take my leave from this conversation here. Hey, Cathy. I saw the group text you sent out.
Hey, Dad.
I'm so happy to hear that Mitch finally proposed to you. I know how strongly you felt about him for some time now. Congratulations.
Finally is right. He said he was able to pay back the last of his student loans, so he thought now was the time.
Wow, all paid off already? That guy is a real hard worker. He's a keeper, Cathy. You take care of him, you hear?
Oh, I plan on it. By the way...
What is it?
How are you doing after, well, you know?
Ah, that. Yeah, your mom dropped that thermonuclear warhead on me while I was on my lunch break today. Apparently her and Nate are getting back together, so she wants me out of the picture.
Yeah, that's my understanding too. Seriously, how can she do a thing like this? I was so shocked when she told me what was going on that I couldn't speak. I couldn't cry. I could barely even move. And then she told me I don't need to worry about you because since Nate's some big-shot businessman, she can leave you all the assets in the divorce.
Oh, wow. I'm touched that she's going out of her way to be so considerate to me. She's so generous. A regular Mother Teresa.
Did she tell you anything else?
She said she wants to get the divorce settled by Saturday so she can introduce Nate as your father when Mitch comes over this weekend.
Saturday? Isn't that just a teensy bit soon?
Her plan is to have Nate walk you down the aisle at your wedding and have him at the family table as her husband. She said she wants to avoid having any awkward conversation with Mitch's family, so she only wants them to ever meet Nate.
What? No, not a chance. That is not happening. Absolutely not. I mean, sure, he may be my biological dad, but he hasn't been any part of my life in 20 years. I barely even met him.
I thought you'd feel that way, but your mother seems to have it in her head that you'd have the same position as her in all of this. It looks like her assumption missed the mark a bit.
Seriously? But, I mean, I've already talked to Mitch about our family's circumstances. He knows the whole story. Sure, I never told Mom that I talked to him, but did she really think I'd withhold a detail that massive from my own fiancé?
Yeah, and what's more, Mitch and I have already met, so I'm not sure what she thinks she's preventing.
I know, right? But I guess Mom doesn't know about that either. And another thing, about the wedding, Mitch and I were planning on telling you guys this when he comes by on Saturday, but we're not going to do a formal ceremony. We're doing what's called a photo wedding, where you just take pictures as if it were a real wedding.
Oh, really? You know, I think I have heard of those before.
Yeah, they're kind of a new thing. Mitch's parents both passed away when he was young, and he has no siblings, so we thought it would be a good plan. Plus, I'm not one for gaudy events, getting dressed fancy, being paraded in front of a bunch of people, that sort of thing.
I see. Glad you're on the same page.
Oh, the people at the venue did say that it was okay to bring guests along on the day of the photo shoot. I'm going to send you an invitation to that, so be sure to save the date, okay?
Gotcha. I'll be sure to set it aside.
That leaves one problem, though. Mom.
Yeah, that's kind of a big problem.
After all, I'm pretty sure Mom still has no idea that we know she's been having an affair, and this whole "we just happened to run into each other" nonsense is all a cover. There's no way she'd be telling that bold of a lie if she knew.
You're right.
So what do you think, Dad? What are you gonna do?
Well, she just handed me the divorce papers a bit ago.
Wow, already?
Yep, I'm gonna make my move tomorrow.
Tomorrow, huh? Well, I'm rooting for you, Dad.
Thanks, sweetheart. Hi, Linda. I submitted the divorce papers to the courthouse on my way home from work.
Wow, already? You're more obedient than I thought you would be. Good boy.
Yeah, I just want to get this out of the way so I can get on with my life.
Oh, well, good for you. All I want is to be divorced as soon as possible, so the sooner the better.
Right, the sooner the better. So, the sooner you get out of my house, the better. You have till tomorrow morning.
What? You're kicking me out?
The house is in my name.
Oh, well, I guess you're right.
Don't tell me. You haven't made new living arrangements yet? You're not stupid enough to throw a stack of divorce papers at me without having a plan for what you're going to do after our divorce is finalized, are you?
Of course not. I just, was caught off guard by the fact that you got the divorce papers submitted so soon, that's all. I'll start packing up my stuff tomorrow morning.
No, didn't you hear me? I told you that you're going to be out of my house by tomorrow morning.
You're only giving me till morning?
I'll be staying at my friend's place tonight, so get your things in order and get the hell out. I'm gonna come by the house at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. You had better be gone by then.
Come on, by 9 a.m.? I'm gonna have to stay up all night in order to get all my stuff packed and move out in time.
I don't care what you have to do. Get it done. It was you who told me you wanted to get divorced as soon as possible, and I gave you what you wanted. We're divorced. That's my house you're in, and I want you out by tomorrow morning.
Fine. Jeez. I'll do it. Just get off my back. Hey, Travis, just letting you know I finished moving my stuff out just now.
Good. Thanks for letting me know.
If you don't mind, can I ask you something?
Make it quick.
Cathy hasn't been answering any of my calls or texts since last night. Do you know anything? Has she spoken to you at all?
No, I didn't message Cathy at all yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Is that all you wanted? Can I go now?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Great. Now that that's settled, I no longer have any reason to communicate directly with you in the future. If you need anything from me, you'll have to do it through my attorney. You still have his card, don't you?
Yeah, I got it. Travis, this is all you're doing, isn't it?
I was very clear when I told you to talk to my attorney.
I don't have that kind of time. This is an emergency. What did you tell Nate, Travis, huh? Tell me right now. I just showed up at his house with my stuff to move in and he refused to let me in. What's going on?
Yeah, I figured that would happen.
Explain yourself now.
When he got back from his overseas business venture a year ago and the two of you met up, he had no idea that you had remarried, did he? Oh, Nate, it's been so difficult being a single mother these long 20 years. I was so lonely. You have no idea how hard it is to raise a child on your own as a woman in this society. Is that what you told him? I bet you threw in some crocodile tears too. You probably put on the best display of acting in your life to try and win back the man you rejected now that he's found success.
Did you meet Nate?
Well, to be more precise, we've never actually met in person. All of our communicating has been through our respective lawyers. But he did provide me with an affidavit stating that he had no idea you were a married woman, that you had lied to him and deceived him, that he was terribly sorry for any harm that has come to me, and that he's breaking up with you.
I don't believe this. How could you do something so dirty as going behind my back like that? You're a real creep, you know that?
You think you're in any position to be talking to me like that?
This can't be happening. I just went by Cathy's apartment, but she wasn't there. The whole place was dark. Then when I messaged her, she said that she didn't want to see me, so she was hiding out at her fiancé's house for a while. First Nate, now Cathy? Why? Why is this happening to me?
Ordinarily, I would just tell you to talk to my lawyer again, but since this has to do with Cathy, allow me to fill in the blanks.
Hurry up and tell me what's going on with her.
Cathy knew that you were having an affair.
She did? How?
She saw the two of you in the act with her own two eyes. She could tell that the guy you were with had the same eyes as she did. It wasn't that hard to figure out what was going on.
She saw us? Oh no.
It doesn't make a bit of difference that the two of you were married in the past. You were married to me at the time. You betrayed my trust. You're nothing but a low-down, good-for-nothing cheater.
But he's not just my ex-husband, he's Cathy's real dad.
Real? Why are you so caught up on that word? Who's more of her real dad? The one who took her to her first day of school, went to her high school graduation, and paid for her college education? Or the one who has been completely out of her life for as long as she's had a mind of her own? And when she talks about her dad, she's not talking about Nate. She's talking about me.
Be that as it may, I'm still her mother.
If only you hadn't cheated on me, we'd still be married and you'd still be able to enjoy the same happy, loving relationship with your daughter that you always had. Shame. Damn shame.
But you don't understand. He's a high-powered executive running his own business.
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet he makes significantly more than me. A mid-level employee at a mid-sized firm, so he'd definitely be able to provide you with a much higher standard of living than I can right now. Maybe you should have divorced me before shacking up with him.
Well...
All you had to do was be honest. Sure, you may have had a bit of issues to work out, but you could have wound up in a much happier, more positive position than the one you find yourself in now.
Travis, do you think we can work things out between us?
Not a chance in hell.
I'm sure we can come to some sort of arrangement. We can start over, get a fresh start.
I'm done talking to you.
No!
Now, for real this time, anything else you want to say to me? Tell it to my lawyer.
I don't want to talk to your lawyer. I want to talk to you.
If you'd like to arrange a meeting with me, talk to my lawyer. He'll tell you no, though.
Travis, wait!
With nowhere else to run, Linda went crawling back to her parents' house to live with them. My lawyer went over there to discuss the possibility of settling my lawsuit for her affair out of court, which she agreed to. It seems like at the time she assumed that her parents would agree to foot the bill for her. But they're both retired and on a fixed income, so there was no way they could scrounge together the money to pay the bill for her. In the end, her father arranged for her to go be a live-in maid at the house of an acquaintance of his. 6 months after that, Linda crashed into the wedding venue for Cathy's wedding and shouted, "I'm the mother of the bride. I deserve to be a part of this." However, Cathy's photo shoot had taken place a week earlier. When she realized her mistake, she went completely berserk and started trashing the place. Which means that now she has 2 lawsuit debts she needs to work off. Thanks to her escapades, the guy who hired her decided he didn't want anything to do with her, so he fired her and kicked her out onto the street. And the street is where she's been living ever since, doing odd jobs here and there in a futile attempt to get herself out of debt.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Nancy. There's something I wanted to talk to you about. Would you be able to come home a bit early tonight?
Why? If you have something to say, just tell me by text.
This is going to be a pretty long conversation, and one I'd like to have with you in person.
Oh, then I can't do it tonight. I'm meeting up with a friend after work for drinks, and when we're done, I was just going to go and stay overnight at their place, so I'm not coming home.
Really? Again?
Is there a problem? You jealous that I have more friends than you or something?
No, that's not it at all. It's just that as your husband, I'd really appreciate you making more time for me than your friends. That's all.
Just because you're my husband doesn't mean I need to spend every waking moment with you, you know?
Yeah, I know that, and I wasn't expecting you to spend every waking moment with me. I just have something important to talk to you about and wanted you to make some time for me.
Okay, so then tell me now.
I told you, it's going to be a long conversation, and one that would be best done face to face, not by text.
Ugh, what a pain. Anyway, I can't do it tonight. I finally have a day off tomorrow, and I promised my friend we'd drink the night away to celebrate. So, I don't have any time to spend with you, got it? We'll have to talk some other time.
Okay, I understand. Good night. Hey, Nancy. It's getting late, and you're still not home, so I'm guessing we can't have our conversation tonight either?
Nope, sorry.
Nancy, lately you've been either working late or going out drinking with your friends every single day of the week. We still haven't had any time to talk.
Oh yeah, now that you mention it, you said you wanted to talk, didn't you? Give me the gist of what you want to tell me by text, okay? Like the Cliff Notes version. Then I'll tell you if it's worth my time or not.
Worth your time?
Well, if you're not going to tell me, that means it's definitely not worth my time, so I'll be off now.
Okay, fine. You see, a while back, my grandpa had asked me if I would be interested in taking over his company.
Huh? Your grandpa's company?
Yeah, and that means that if I accept his offer, I'll have to quit my job at my current company. We'll probably have to move too, and since this would all have a pretty sizable impact on your lifestyle, I wanted to hear your honest opinion before I give my answer to my grandpa.
Oh, I see. Yeah, this conversation is definitely not worth my time.
What? Are you serious?
As if you need to ask me what I think. You're saying he wants to hand over the company to you when he kicks the bucket, right? But this is your grandpa's company we're talking about. Who would even want to get some tiny little company like that, even for free?
Tiny? My grandpa's company?
Yeah, it's tiny. So, yeah, I don't know why you thought you should waste my time by even bringing this up to me. There's no way you'll make as much running that company as you do now, so if you quit your job, I'm divorcing you.
Nancy, wait. Don't you think you should give this a little more thought, though?
All right, let me give it some more thought. Okay, I'm done thinking, and my answer is still no. The end.
Come on, Nancy. This is a really big opportunity for both me and us.
I'm sorry, did you not see me say the end just now? Tell your grandpa you're not interested and keep working at your current job. And with that, this conversation is over.
Okay, well, I've actually been doing a lot of thinking about this, and I think I want to accept his offer.
You what? Is this some kind of status thing for you? Do you think that running your own business will earn you bragging rights or something?
No, I don't. This isn't about my ego, Nancy.
Ugh, whatever. I don't care anymore. I'm out. You have two choices. Continue working at your current job or hire a good divorce attorney. I have zero interest in being married to some broke loser running some third-rate company.
Nancy.
I'll give you some time to cool off. Message me back once you've come to your senses. Think long and hard about how you want your future to go, okay? Hey, Sam. I think I'm going to divorce you after all.
What?
My boyfriend just landed an incredible job. So I have no use for you anymore.
Wait a minute. Boyfriend?
Yep, my boyfriend who's just about to graduate from university.
Nancy, you've been cheating on me?
Isn't that obvious? I just told you I have a boyfriend. He got an interview with this massive company, and he's set to be hired as soon as he graduates. So I'll have no problem paying whatever you end up suing me for over my affair. And since money isn't an issue, I can divorce you with no problem now.
You're gonna make your college-age boyfriend pay your legal bills for you?
I just told you he's graduating soon, and he's already set up with a job making a huge salary.
I see. You know, I kinda had my suspicions about you for a while. I guess this confirms it. You've been betraying me this whole time.
I'll have my lawyer send you a divorce agreement. Just write in whatever terms you want and sign on the dotted line, okay?
Alright, but first I want you to tell me who this boyfriend of yours is.
Why?
You're not the only one I'll be suing. It'll be hard to sue someone for sleeping with my wife when I don't even know his name or address.
Oh yeah, that does make sense. Tell you what, I'll include his personal information in the envelope when my lawyer sends you the divorce agreement. How's that sound?
Fine by me. Also, I think it's going to be about 2 months or so until I can get the divorce agreement back to you with my terms.
Aw, are you really gonna make me wait that long? What's got you so busy?
I know you're aware that I'm the head of the entire sales department, Nancy. I'm an executive in the company. It's going to take some time to get my replacement ready to take over. So while I have my plate full already at work, I'll also have to find time to look for a good lawyer, meet with him, and get everything else ready. I have so much work to do for the next 2 months that it's making me sweat just thinking about it.
Whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter. We were gonna wait to get married until he graduated anyway. See you in 2 months then. What gives, Sam? Today's the day. Your 2 months are up. Why haven't I heard from you yet? Don't think that you can ignore me and this will all just go away. We are getting divorced as soon as possible.
Good morning, Nancy. I finalized everything with my lawyer, and he said he mailed the forms to you to sign a few days ago. They should arrive soon.
Oh, okay then. I guess I'll message you back once I get them. It's gonna be so great to finally be free again. Sam? About the damages you're demanding from us.
Ah, I see the forms from my lawyer got to you with no issue. That's good to hear.
Yeah, well, I was wondering, do you think you could reduce the amount?
Huh?
Or, well, ideally, it'd be great if you could not sue me at all. I tell you what, how about we stay married instead?
Why?
The thing is, I kinda broke up with my boyfriend. So, I thought that since I'm breaking it off with him, then you could call off your lawsuit too.
Not a chance in hell. I don't think you know how this works. You cheated on me. Just because you break up with the guy you cheated on me with doesn't take away the fact that you cheated. I'm suing you. The only thing breaking up with him might do is slightly reduce the damages I'd be awarded at trial, but that's it.
Oh no. Really?
And furthermore, we're already divorced.
Wait, we are?
You signed the documents, don't you remember? And what's with this sudden change of heart you're having right now? Didn't you say you were going to have your boyfriend pay your bills for you?
Well, yeah, that's what I planned to do. But when I told him about that, he got really mad at me and said there's no way he could pay that much while he's still in school.
Yeah, it seems like that should be obvious.
And I guess he didn't know that I'll have to pay you any money during the divorce, since usually men have to give half their stuff to their ex-wives.
Any idiot with half a brain would know. That isn't the case when the wife has an affair and initiates the divorce in order to be with her boyfriend. Tell your boyfriend he shouldn't have slept through divorce law 101.
It wasn't supposed to happen like this.
And by the way, your boyfriend isn't getting his sweet job at that big company anymore.
What? Why? What do you mean?
He's been whining about the whole situation on his Twitter account. You could just read that. But it was actually that Twitter account that got him in trouble in the first place. He had been publicly mocking his interviewer for months. The company found out about it, and when they did a social media check on him, they decided that the content more than crossed the line of unacceptable public conduct for a company employee and rescinded their hiring offer. I'm not even sure if he's done any sort of self-reflection either. All he's been saying is that he's mad that he has to look for a new job now.
I had no idea.
Wait, he's your boyfriend and you didn't know about his Twitter account?
I don't do Twitter. All I have is an Instagram account.
I guess you wouldn't know then. Well, for me, it really doesn't matter all that much where the money comes in from. All I care about is that the payments are made consistently on time.
Come on, can you at least knock a bit off the amount?
And exactly what reason would I have to do that?
Well, none, but still.
The lawyer will be in touch with you shortly. You can discuss the finer details with him.
Sam, you've got some explaining to do. Answer me right now.
What do you want?
I was watching TV just now. They were doing a special feature on influential local businesses, and your grandpa was just interviewed.
Oh yeah, that. The news people have been coming to the company regularly for a while now. I guess they finally aired it.
How could some random tiny company like your grandpa's go from nothing to one of the biggest in the area in just a few years?
It's pretty simple, actually. We got some patents on a few new products that just so happened to come into incredibly high demand lately. The rest is history.
And why did the company's name change?
My grandpa thought it would be a good idea to change it to something that was more similar to the product series that we got a patent on.
Then why didn't you tell me about any of that?
You never asked.
This settles it. We are definitely getting back together.
Huh?
Well, that way I won't have to pay you any money after all. You wouldn't be so cruel as to sue your own loving and devoted wife, would you?
There's actually one more thing that cost your boyfriend that job offer. Would you like to know what it is?
What is it?
He had an affair with the new owner's wife.
Wait.
There's no way I could let him join the company once that little tidbit of information came to light. That was the nail in his career's coffin.
Hold on. Are you saying...
Oh no. Are you saying he didn't even tell you the name of the company he got the job offer from? Even if you weren't interested at all. It seems like you'd ask about it. If only just to keep the conversation going.
Oh no. I think I know where this is going.
Looks like you guessed it. The company that made a job offer to your boyfriend was my grandpa's, and soon to be mine.
No way.
Yes way. And as the new owner, I can't be associating myself with any sort of person who might besmirch my company's image. So I would deeply appreciate it if you could never, ever contact me again. Wire the amount in the agreement to my account before the week's end, or else you'll be hearing from my lawyer again.
Oh, this can't be happening. My parents said they won't help me, and all the people at my job know about everything, and no one will talk to me anymore. I don't have anyone else to turn to, so come on, Sam, please. I swear to God that I'll be the best wife you could ever ask for this time around. What do you say, Sam? Sam, are you there? Wait, did you block me? Please don't abandon me like this, Sam.
The college kid my ex was sleeping with ended up going to his parents to beg for their help, and they ended up agreeing to pay his legal bills for him, with one condition. He'd have to abandon his current career path to come back and work at the family business, forever. As for my ex, she had been working since well before we were married, so I thought she had to have a decent amount of savings. However, it seems she had spent almost all of it on her boyfriend. Dinners, presents, trips, etc. My lawyer told me she was crying during their entire phone call and saying that she had no money and this settlement would destroy her. She was so desperate to call me that she even called my company's receptionist and begged to schedule a meeting with me. She kept this up for a while, trying every single way you could imagine to get back together with me. However, eventually her boss at her company realized that she had been blowing off her job to make calls to my company at her desk, and when she ignored warnings to stop, they finally got tired of it and fired her. That threw her into a whole new world of financial ruin and left her no time to obsess over me anymore. It's so nice to finally be able to enjoy a life of peace and quiet again.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Anthony? Hey, are you really not feeling like leaving that condo anytime soon?
What? You're going on about that again, Sienna? Sienna, when are you going to finally understand my current situation instead of always acting like everything I say and do is a lie? I'm starting to lose faith in all these explanations I keep giving you about myself.
As you should, because there's no point in lying to me all the time about what you're currently doing. I won't begin to understand you until you begin to tell me the truth. So, Anthony, why are you not able to ever understand any of the things I explained to you? That condo, the one you currently live in as well, is the condo that your older brother, who is making $1 million a year, who is also my husband, bought for us. In other words, I'm the only one with the right to live there besides him. Are you not embarrassed to be sitting around in our house all the time like a parasite?
Then you're saying my mom also does not have the right to live there, even though her husband just passed away not too long ago and she's lonely right now?
As for your mom, well, she's currently working, and as long as she's putting money into the house, I don't mind having her live with us. But you went and quit your job out of nowhere, and the moment your brother said it was fine for you to move in with us, you had all your things shoved through our front door and started staying with us. And ever since that day, you haven't even tried to look for a new job, instead sitting around all day in that room my husband gave you, doing nothing at all with your life.
You're not working either, Sienna.
There's no reason for me to be working right now. Don't relate a housewife like myself to whatever sad mess you are. Also, it's natural for the husband's wife to be living in the same place as him, right? You're in no place to tell me I can't live here just because I'm not working now.
And that's why I've told you plenty of times before. I left that job I had before so that I could help my brother with his job, as well as get the required certifications that I need to go and work with him full time. And this whole building happens to be a part of the company. Therefore, I'm allowed to live here just like any other employee who works there. There's a place for everyone in my brother's family here, which means you don't have to act like I'm taking up this whole condo, when it was made specifically for all of us to be here. Now let me ask, why haven't you come and moved in yet?
Because I am waiting for you to get out of there before bringing all my stuff.
What? Why?
Listen, Anthony, I'm saying all of this for your own good. That condo is my wealthy husband's place to make his home, and with his mother willing to work a job and help pay the bills, she's allowed a spot there. But the fact that you just climbed on in and haven't left that place since to work or go out and study, that's what makes you the definition of a parasite.
Do you even know the definition of a parasite?
If you don't want to be called such a nasty thing anymore, go out and find a job and then get out of our condo. Until you are officially moved out of there, I am not going to stop pestering you about it.
Colt, do you have a second to talk? Oh, hey, Anthony, what do you want to talk about? Is this about studying for that exam you have coming up? Actually, that's all been going pretty well for me. I've been making sure to study for at least 4 hours a day. However, I want to talk to you about your wife right now. I don't think I can stand her for much longer, Colt. Was she saying even more things to you? These days, she's texting me around 1 to 2 times telling me to get out of your condo. Then she'll go on about how I'm doing nothing at all with my life and won't even listen to my explanations about why she is wrong. I've told her before that this whole building is a part of the company, which means that I'm allowed to live here since I'm technically working with you. Yet she won't even listen to that. I see. I'm sorry for saying this to you all the time. I'm sure she's far more trouble around you than she is around me. No, I'm sorry that you're having to continue putting up with her when you've done nothing to deserve that kind of treatment. Today I accidentally told her that she does have a room here with you and that she doesn't have to keep whining about me taking up her space. Was that too soon of me? No, that's fine. You can tell her it's okay to come now. If she really were to move out right now, I wouldn't be bothered by it because my room is already set up completely, so she can come sleep with me and then work on setting up her hobby room during her free time. Oh, that's a good point. Thank goodness. I really am sorry, though, for all the trouble she's causing you. I was really hoping that things would go a little more smoothly so that we could all be happy and not have to fight. I don't think she even understands that part of the reason why things have been taking so long with moving into the condo is because we have to renovate a lot of things still. I really want that office for you and I completed soon, but that's not stopping her from moving in, and neither are you. I wish you would just be a little bit more open-minded. This whole building still has a lot of work that needs to be done, so I really need to get back to focusing on that completely. Having to run a company like that really must be a stressful job, huh? Kind of is. Well, things should be calming down here soon, right? That's right. I can already see the end of this long and tiresome tunnel. You also know that things are coming to a close here soon then, which means we'll both have to act soon. Let's both do our best when the time comes to finish things off. All right. Thank you for being by my side here, Anthony.
Anthony, tomorrow I'll be moving into that condo.
What? Oh, now that I think about it, your lease on that apartment is pretty much over with now.
That's right. Honestly, the fact that I have to move into that condo now, knowing that you have still not moved out of there like I've asked so many times, pisses me off. Not only do I have to move in now because my lease is ended, but I have to do so with you still acting all comfortable there.
By the way, tomorrow my brother has the day off work, right?
Well, it is the day that I'll be moving into his condo. It also seems that he's taking care of a lot of the trouble within his company now. So now I'll have a chance to talk with him in person about hiring an exterminator to deal with the parasite that's still living within his home. Hey, Anthony!
Oh, hey, Sienna. You should be in the middle of moving in, correct? What's happened that has you calling me so many times like that?
Have you gone and told my husband something that's not true?
What? I'm very sorry, but I really don't have any idea what you're trying to assume that I've done.
I do not like riding in cars very much as it makes me feel very sick. So I took some medicine to make me fall asleep for the ride over to the condo and wasn't awake the whole entire time. I was just told that we had arrived, so I opened my eyes. This place, this isn't the condo I was told about. This is Brandon's family's house.
Brandon? Ah, you're talking about the man you've been cheating on my brother with.
Wait, what?
So what you're trying to say right now is this. After having sent all of your things out of the old apartment with the moving company, you and my brother got into his car and rode in it all the way there. And to your surprise, the place you were going wasn't this condo, but to your secret boyfriend's house, right?
So you know all about this already? What the hell is up with you, Anthony? And what the hell is going on here?
I'm only telling you the things I've been told by my brother about you.
What?
Originally, Colt had only sent the remainder of his things to this condo in those moving trucks because he already knew what was going on with you and that Brandon guy. But when I showed him all the things you had been saying to me about being a parasite and not working a job, he knew you had no right to speak about that. Especially when you're nothing but a stranger to us.
What? What do you mean, a stranger? Why would he be calling his own wife a stranger now?
Sienna!
Colt.
You just learned that I'd known about you cheating on me, yet you still have the nerve to call yourself my wife?
Things aren't what you think, Colt. That man, Brandon, he's nothing more than a friend of mine, and we haven't done anything together.
I have a whole lot of evidence that points to you lying right now.
What?
I can see you don't know what's been going on still. But Brandon just so happened to be Anthony's old co-worker.
Huh?
And all this started when my brother noticed you and him coming out of a hotel together while he was on his way home from the office. He was very troubled by what he has seen, but took the chance to tell me what he saw. Hearing that from him, I called a detective to have him take a deeper look into you.
You've been using a detective now?
After a few weeks of having him look into you and the man you've been with, he found out that you have both been a thing since before we got married. And the only reason you ever ended up marrying me in the first place is because you both knew I've been running my own company and that you could use me as your ATM. The main reason why you wanted my money so badly was because you needed me to help you pay off all that debt you'd been in. Then when you found out about the condo I'd bought, you intended on using that as a place to make love to Brandon until my mom and I were fully moved into it. But that's when you ran into my brother living there, and without even caring about his explanation that he's working for me and studying, started calling him a parasite in hopes of getting him to leave.
What the heck? Why did you both find out about this? This is all because of your little brother. I knew he was trouble the moment I ran into him.
What are you talking about? This is all because of you and your boyfriend you've been keeping behind my back. Don't even try pushing the blame onto my little brother now.
All right, okay. I'll break up with Brandon now if you want.
Huh?
Well, to be completely honest with you, I don't care about all the debt that he's gotten himself into. I already had my debts paid off, so I don't need to listen to what he says anymore. He was the one that got me all wrapped up in this in the first place. Now that I've started to see the full situation, I know that you're the only man that makes me happy, and that's why I married you. Please, believe me.
Would someone that really married me because they're happy with me continue going to hotels with that man after our wedding? I told you I have all the evidence. No matter what you have to say to me now, our divorce is set in stone. And what I mean by that is we're already divorced.
Huh?
A little while back, you stayed out way too late. And when I said I wanted you home earlier, you came home and gave me divorce paperwork that you had already filled out. You then went and threatened me by saying you could divorce me whenever you wanted to.
What? No way. You used that divorce paperwork?
I did. And I handed them into the courthouse completely filled out just the other day, which means that you and I are nothing more than strangers now.
This has to be a lie, right?
Now, here's the thing. Just because we're divorced now doesn't wash away your sins of cheating on me that whole time we'd been married. And so I'll be getting a settlement from both you and Brandon.
A settlement?
And if you'd like to know where all of your things were sent to, they're at Brandon's family house already. That was all a choice made by your parents, by the way.
What?
This is what your dad wanted me to tell you, so I'll let you hear this now. If you wanted to be with Brandon so bad, then here's your chance to do just that. Please have your marriage form handed into the courthouse in the next 100 days, or else you're coming home to us.
Huh?
He then went on to say, you will be working with that man for the rest of your life in order to pay off his $200,000 worth of debt for letting his company fail.
What is he saying?
If you do marry him in the next 100 days, then your mother and I will be cutting ties to you. And if you don't, you'll be coming home and receiving the worst punishment anyone will have ever received.
What?
It sounds to me like your dad'll be paying off your settlement and Brandon's settlement to me. But then you both will have to be indebted to him for the rest of your lives.
Wait. Oh, this is all completely screwed up, right?
Well, then you can go have a discussion with your parents as to why you think they're being too harsh. I just ask that you pay off that settlement through your dad as quickly as possible. Other than talks about the money, I don't want to hear any more from you. You were the one that got yourself into that situation, so please, don't get me involved in it anymore.
How am I supposed to go and talk to them when they want me either dead or married to a man with tons of debt?
That's not my problem.
Colt!
Goodbye forever now.
I don't want to be in debt again.
After all of that, I got a text from Sienna telling me to do something about my brother, but I chose to block her number immediately after getting that text. My brother later told me that right after he said goodbye to Sienna, she tried to run back to her parents' house asking for forgiveness, but they kicked her out saying that she had to get married to Brandon. And so, with nowhere left to run, and 100 days to get that marriage taken care of, she did just that and moved in with Brandon and his family. Little did she know the extent of Brandon's debt was much worse than she had thought, and it included his whole family after their company fell apart. Her parents were happy to hear she was getting married to him, because they needed her to start working for them right away. And it wasn't long before the news got out that she and Brandon were officially married. As of right now, it doesn't matter whether it's morning, evening, or night, Sienna is working her butt off for that family and not able to escape from them. And most recently, her mother-in-law has really started to squeeze her grip tightly on Sienna, leaving her looking like she's in a worse state every day. With there being nowhere else for Sienna to even think about running now, her mind and her heart have officially been broken, with her becoming a part of that family for the rest of time. As for my brother Colt, he fully moved into his new condo with me, and having had all the renovations completed, it was time for him to start moving more and more of his newer employees into the building. I was also able to pass my exam first try and will now be working alongside him full-time, based in our new office located in the condo itself. Of course, we'll both have to go into the actual office every week, but it sure does feel good to finally have this new job with my brother and to not have that money-sucking parasite attached to my brother anymore. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.